So starting the test drive in this Bronco Sport here, the Turbo 3's pickup is decent, especially for a vehicle like this. The 8-speed, I like how it shifts as well. I feel like it's a little bit better than some of the other Turbo 3 cylinders on the market, but I just think the Rogue in particular just pulls a bit better. But I also don't have this in sport mode either, and I feel like these Turbo 3s are meant to be more fuel efficient because they don't pull as hard unless you put them into that sport mode where they really get going. But something else I forgot to point out in the walk around, which is kind of cool, is you get 2 USB-C charge ports up here, which is nice if you have a phone or even a tablet, if you can get it to fit in there that way, and you can get those charging without having to necessarily use up the one for your radio down there. Now what's funny is, for whatever reason, whenever I get in these Bronco Sports, they show me the miles per hour, but then they'll show me the kilometers per hour, nice big numbers over to the left. And kind of gets on my nerves, so wonder if I can turn that off. There we go. So that's how you get that off if you get into a Bronco Sport like that. But this rain kind of popped up. I like how it's driving even in the rain. I don't feel any sort of loss of control or anything like that. I'm not getting blown all over the place so far. I feel like the rain's relatively loud, but it could just be that the rain is coming down hard. Another thing I do like is having the separate drive modes, though. I think it's so neat to have a 1.5 turbo that has 5 different drive modes. You don't see that often. In the Equinox, I think you only have like 3 modes, and then well, that's a Turbo 4, but I guess the Trax is a better example. You don't get those 5 drive modes in a vehicle like this normally, but you have 4-wheel drive, so you're able to get pretty much the same fuel economy that you would get from a Chevy Trax. You're getting a little bit better city and a little bit better highway with that, but I mean 25 city compared to 28 on the Trax for something that's off-road capable with 4-wheel drive. I'll take that personally. Now this is a lot more money than that, so let's keep that in mind as well. Now the vehicle itself is pretty easy to control, and I mean that by saying even though it's pretty top heavy, it doesn't feel as top heavy as it actually is, and that's saying a lot for an SUV. Tons of headroom here, like tons, and I'm not having any issue handling the vehicle overall. And in this normal drive mode, I love that you get that pull as you are coming out of a kind of a slump almost, like you're letting off the throttle and then you just give it some throttle there. You don't feel the hesitation. The turbo does a lot of that grunt work for you, and that's really nice to have in something like this. Now I'm gonna put it into the eco mode just for kind of driving around town. I'm gonna try to remember to put it back on after I do an acceleration pull, but I just kind of want to see how it drives typically in the city compared to the normal mode. And while I'm in this, I mean, the ride quality so far has been really good. Not that I was expecting it to be terrible, but this is an off-road oriented, almost like a Subaru competitor. So the fact that this is riding as smoothly as it is a big plus. So I have the Bronco Sport in sport mode now. We're gonna try to give it a pull getting on the interstate here. Here we go. So I mean, power is pretty good. For a turbo 3-cylinder, that's impressive. Now the sport mode definitely likes to kind of push you. This eco mode, again, lets you ease into it. It just feels like a different vehicle. It doesn't feel like the computer is necessarily like holding you back, which I like. It's hard to explain the difference, but I really like that about this Bronco Sport. But I want to give one more huge thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Bronco Sport today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But for this price point, basically your competitor's the Cherokee, and you know that the new Cherokee has that 1.5 turbo 4-cylinder, I believe it's a hybrid, or it's a 1.6 or something like that. And I really like how that drives. I just feel like that's a bit peppier. The fuel economy is better, specifically in the city, and they did a good job with that redesign. But this just feels a bit more Bronco-esque. It feels a bit cooler. Even with that new Cherokee design, it still kind of feels like a Cherokee, where this feels like a baby Bronco, and that's why so many people call it this. It has that same capability, well, I shouldn't say same, but similar capability in a smaller package, similar looks, which is what a lot of the Bronco buyers really like, and a little bit cheaper compared to the full size. But a good off-road option, I think, if you're looking at a Subaru, the comparable Cherokee, things of that nature. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend.